I am Jeremy, and this is NFL Chaos with Jeremy. I bring the chaos. And as we're learning over these first 3 months, I am not always the direct source of the chaos. Sometimes the chaos comes in different forms. Let's take a look right now and you'll see what I mean. And then I'll be back after this.
I would regret it if people look back at the first episode and you weren't on it.
Yeah, well, I like that. It's called forward thinking.
We have one of the worst beats in the world. We do. Our beat is horrible.
Connor could shove that article up his ass.
And then I went to that game and I was like, this is the greatest team I've ever seen in my life. I'm a Jet fan. This is going to be the greatest run ever. Yeah.
No, because if they take Ekwonu, I'm not complaining.
Joe Douglas is the king of keeping shit close to the vest.
A 2, a 4, and a 6 for Darnold?
Did the Jets really ruin Sam Darnold, or did Sam Darnold just suck all along and we were just trying to talk ourselves into it?
And Hamilton is a player who can potentially make a very big impact.
And suddenly here we are today, you can't get rid of him.
Right, it's like a plague.
Joe Douglas was hired because he's not those general managers.
Okay, Luscious.
Somebody is going to fall just like Elijah Moore did, just like Michael Carter did.
You know, what would, if you had one sentence to say to Joe Douglas, what would you say? So you would say, you had me at hello, and then give him a big old wet one right on the smack.
That's right. Now let's see who's here for this surprise hangout. Oh my God, it's my whole family. Okay. No, J. Cole was the first one in here. J. Cole, you are a lunatic. You are definitely the chaos. You're already talking about soup. I think you were in here 10 minutes ago. My wife thought that was funny. Braden is here. And guess what? He's here. And he is all the way from New Zealand. That's where he is right now. He's in New Zealand. It's summer there. And he's having a great time there. And the weather's beautiful, right? But I'm in San Diego and the weather's great here too, mate. That's the worst New Zealand accent ever attempted on YouTube. So you're having some pumpkin soup for lunch. That ought to make J. Cole very happy with toast. Okay, you got to have it with toast. And Braden says you needed more salt. Okay. Well, you got to have seasonings ready, right? You got to always have salt ready to go. My wife is talking about her healthy eating. I had egg rolls and mozzarella sticks. Good job, honey. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, honey. And it's better than that, Braden, because our mozzarella sticks taste really delicious because we use an air fryer. So they cook really, really well. Jeremy will be the best man at my wedding. I'm on my way, huh? First I was invited, and now I'm the best man. I love it. It was no regrets. You shouldn't have regrets. Jeremy is a great man. Oh, thanks. You're gonna tell my wife. She thinks so too. Okay, it always depends on the day. She probably misses me because we're like 476 miles, I think, to be exact, apart. What's going on, Owen? Are you on, man? You got your shift right now? Are you work at a hospital, right? You always got the late shift, man. You know, that's crazy stuff. And John Post is here. Start the show. Yeah, I was late, right? I'm trying to be like Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. It works for him, man. And I don't know if anyone cares about basketball, but the dunk contest was absolutely, oh man. I like the dunk. I like it. Yeah, really. Why not? I have to give an update to everyone. People are worried about me. They knew I was going to drive to San Diego. They need to know that I'm okay and I made it. All right. I got friends here. They care. They knew I was getting up at like 2 a.m. to drive. They wanted to make sure I was okay. I didn't get a call from you making sure I was okay. Hey, Leah. Leah is about, just so you know, she's not in North Carolina, 2,700 miles away from me. She's downstairs. So we're in a 5-bedroom, 5-bath dual complex like by Mission Beach. And she's downstairs right now. My nephew is right next door, this thin wall right to my left. To my left, there's this thin wall, and he's in there with his wife. because they got up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to go to the airport. So, and it's like 11 o'clock their time now. So they're really tired. Uh-oh, I hear the door opening. I might be in trouble. So they were probably trying to sleep, but I'm doing them a favor because they need to adjust and get over their jet lag. Yeah. So, yes, you're Jeremy's adopted son, and I'm going to be your best man. Emanon is here. I'm sorry. I always find some way to mess it up. You're driving. All right, man. No more typing then. No more typing if you're driving. Just listen. Just chill and listen. All right. I mean, you drive all night, you're supposed to be on vacation. This is part of my vacation. What are you talking about? We're here. People are falling asleep. They're tired and exhausted. We loaded up on our groceries. We went to Trader Joe's. I wish Mess was here so we can see my giant canister of chocolate chip cookies. So I'm loaded up with my little mini chocolate chip cookies from Trader Joe's. I mean, I'm good. I mean, no. Oh, so you're not at work? You're home or something? Okay. I don't know. I always think you're working. You always tell me. I always thought that you're the one that's always working some late shifts or something. Maybe I'm wrong. You never told me when you were coming. Oh, okay. Well, that's some excuse, Lee. Some excuse. Like you didn't know I was coming. Yeah, right. Okay. And then we have a spammer. Let me block that. Block user. Okay, so we are here. What do you guys want to talk about? I know what I want to talk about. I was thinking about this the other day. I forgot his name. So, and this is not an attack on him. What is this? Jeremy, this girl I was talking to, broke my heart. You know, Jay, Cole, be their friend first. I already know what happened here, okay? You can't go into it looking for a wife, okay? You got to go into it looking for a friend, okay? Go into it being their friend, and the rest will take care of itself, I promise you. Okay. Hi, Jeremy. What kind of foolishness is going on tonight? Oh, well, I'm in San Diego. Gitmo, and I wanted you to know that I'm okay. I made it. I drove down here, and I made it to San Diego. I'm here safe, so you don't have to worry about me, because I know you worry. So you don't have to worry. I'm here. I only have my computer. I don't have my studio. There's no mic. I'm not in my studio. We're at Mission Beach here in this rented house. I don't have my other screen, so doing drafts and looking at film is going to be really hard. I think I could still do it, but I'm not going to be able to know if you can see it. I'm going to have to go back and forth. It's going to be all weird. And it's getting weird here already. J. Cole's already asking Gitmo if he can make him a pie. Thank you, Emanon, for bringing up this topic. My thoughts on Robbie Anderson. My thought is, do we get him on a discount because he had a crappy year? I know a lot of people are going to say that, Darnold was horrible. He had no offense down in Carolina, but, he didn't do much. So when you look on paper, we're investing in a guy who did it in 2020. Now we know he's a gamer. We know he's got talent. As long as we didn't break the bank on him, because I think that's too risky. If we don't break the bank on him and he wants to come and he really wants to be here and the rumors are true, yeah, why not, man? I don't know that he's a true number one, but he might be good enough that when you put him with Cole and you put him with Elijah Moore, you have Braxton Berrios, and then who knows, maybe we draft a young guy, or Mims makes a big comeback. Maybe we're in good shape. Maybe that would give us the weapons we need. I mean, yeah. So I just don't want to break the bank for him. I don't want to give too much, or invest too much or be too locked in. I think when you have a year like his, you might need to have a prove it year. Like you have to prove yourself again. I don't know. It's very concerning because he had the one play against us where Red Wine fell down, and then if you look at his numbers, I think we have like 4 or 5 wide receivers on our team that had better numbers than him. I don't know. I'd have to have Adam look into it. But at one point, he would have been like our 5th receiver as far as performance, like yards and catches. So, but we know the talent is there. We saw the talent when he played for us. We saw the talent his first year in Carolina. Zach Wilson's a really good quarterback. I think in the draft, we're really going to improve our offensive line. I think we're going to get a tight end. So I think we're going to have a really good passing game. I think we're going to have a good passing game, but I don't think there's going to be one big statistical guy. I think the ball is going to be spread out a lot, and I think we're going to be a running team, and Zach's going to be a game manager. So I'm not expecting a ton of yards for receivers. I'm expecting efficiency. And look, Anderson might be that big play guy when we need it too. So, and it'd be hard to cover Anderson and Elijah in the same play, right? They're both very quick. They both can go, get behind the defense. I don't know. I like it, man. I like it. It just depends on the price. I have jalapeno. But by the way, I don't know about him wanting to come here. I don't trust anything that the beat says. So it could all just be ridiculous, right? We don't even know. I have jalapeno peppers for us to eat. Big ones. I know we're going to eat jalapeno peppers. I've told people that this week it might happen. I'm not being fresh. What are you talking about? Do you stuff the peppers, Lay? Oh, you're asking that you shouldn't be fresh. That's right. Don't be fresh. Do you stuff the peppers, Lay? No, we're not going to we're going to eat them raw, Braden. That's the thing. We're going to eat them raw. I don't think people are going to respect it. I think they're going to say it's just a jalapeno pepper, and we're going to suffer for no reason. But because people don't understand that when you eat a raw jalapeno pepper or any hot pepper, it's not fun. And just because there are some freaks that can do it on video, other people, doesn't mean it's easy for the normal person. And we're definitely not any kind of hot specialist or anything. I was in San Diego in the 80s and got the only jaywalking ticket in my life 5 minutes after I got there. That must have made you extra happy when the Jets beat him in the playoffs. Seeds it all, not even rinsed, bug poison, skin, stems, all natural. Yeah. Did you run that by me? Did anyone watch the NBA All-Star Celebrity Basketball game? Oh, it seemed like it was just the Machine Gun Kelly basketball game, if you ask me. No, Robbie, he is not a good route runner and contested catch guy. Ask Mins how that worked out for him. No? You're saying he's not a good route runner? Okay, he did remind me of Mims, with exploding big plays, but not like a lot of catches because he was running efficient routes. I can't argue with that, but the kid has talent. Look, if JD takes him, there's a reason he takes him. If I think it's all hearsay anyway. I don't believe that it's real anyway, that he's looking to come here. I don't even know what his contract is like. I don't even know what the deal is with him. Hey, Mike. Beers and Jeremy on a Sunday Arvo. Get better than that. Okay. It's easier for me to read and put on an accent than think of something to say. Like when I'm reading, pretending I'm you. Not that it's good, the accent, but it's a little bit better. Bisma, I really enjoy talking to you on Wednesdays on Green Bean's Patreon. That's right, people. The Green Bean Patreon is great because not only do you get to talk to Green Bean and do positional breakdowns with Dom C, but you get to meet other guys like Harry W. and Bismo Charismo, who shows us, you get to see in the background, he was outside, and we got to see New Zealand, what it looks like. And it kind of looked like he was standing near a house and trees and grass, and it kind of looked like trees and grass in a house that you'd see anywhere in America. So it's just good to know that. It's they're just like us. They have houses, they have grass, they have trees. It's nice. I was promised fire. Where's the fire? Oh, that's Green Bean says that I'm going to set myself on fire, man. I'm not setting myself on fire, but I am eating a lot of these cookies. That could make me sick. That could give me a bellyache. That's pretty dangerous of me to eat so many of these little cookies. What do I have to do for some dance in my wedding? You just have to ask, man. I'll dance at your wedding. I'll do my WEC dance. I'll do the WEC all over the dance floor, man. I'll be doing the WEC. NBA sucks. Yeah, I'm not really into the NBA anymore. Alex Toussaint won an MVP. All right, good for him. And Bitmo said, what happened to the boycott the beat? Every Jet guy has made a video on this unconfirmed rumor. It is interesting, isn't it? How I think, We just need content. I like talking about I'm willing to talk about Robbie Jackson as a question the way it was asked. What do I think about Robbie Anderson? I'm sorry. And I can talk about that all day, how I think about Robbie Anderson. But yeah, I agree, Gitmo. I don't know why they're suddenly believing it. Like, I don't, I mean, is it on video? Is it on tape? Is there any evidence of this? Or is it just something, it's just like something comes out that Robbie Anderson wants to come back to the Jets. I mean, I don't know, man, how they get this stuff. Why would he say that? Is he even allowed to say that? Isn't he under contract? I mean, if it's an option, doesn't he, why would he say that if Carolina, maybe it's a team option, but why would you say that? It doesn't make any sense to me. And it would be a bigger story. As far as would you want him? Would you if a Jet who was under contract and a team had a team option on him right after the season said, I want to go back to my other team and play. We don't want that kind of guy, right? So if he's doing that to Carolina, if he really did that and was saying he wants to be a Jet while they still have a year of team option on him, I don't know if I want a guy like that. That's not a team guy, in my opinion. Just saying. So, but I don't think it's true. I think it's all balagna. Wait, I think you mean Braden. Oh my God, you're right. I always mix you guys up. Bismo is from Australia, and Braden was just on me and said he would be here. I thought Braden was going to be here. Braden is here. That's why. I've just mixed you guys up. But Braden is here. I know that Braden's from New Zealand. That's why I was talking about Braden being. I just messed up, man. I woke up at 2 a.m., drove 8 hours to San Diego, and I'm brain dead. I mix it up every time, though. It is true. You can only ask because you say you didn't dance. I don't dance I make a fool out of myself, but I'm going to, I'm going to dance, dude. If I'm there and there's music, you can have a DJ or a band. It's not like I'm not going to dance. Dude, I don't know if you can get a girl in New Zealand. It's not like America. They're smarter there. When is the combine? I think the combine is, no, I don't want to say it wrong. Free agency is March 9th. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Why doesn't somebody help Roger out and tell him when the combine is? So, somebody already did. Nathan Colgrove, thank you for answering that question. I mean, you think just because I'm running this video makes me any kind of expert and makes me know stuff? Come on. You're an Aussie, rugby or you guys didn't know each other already? How can you guys not know each other? You've both been around this Green Bean World Jets fan thing forever. Hell yeah. So Braden is corresponding editor for Frankie from Flatbush. She's trying to get him into the press room. It's proving to be a lot harder than we thought. Bismo is on Jets World show with me and Green Bean when we used to have that show on Saturdays. We did a little trial run, and he hung out with us. And right, Bismo, that was you from Australia. I'm getting it right now, right? And getting everybody straightened out. And you're in a band, right? I remember that. I think you play in a band. You're living the life. Young guy, going out, dating, playing in a band. Girls like that stuff. 3 to 6 next month. Yeah, so March 6th is the combine. That's funny. It's right before free agency opens up, right? Because free agency is March 9th or something like that, I thought. Clickbait, and it works because look how many people are talking about it. Yeah, it does work. And that was my point when I put out that video saying that Aaron Rodgers was going to be a Jet, right? And everybody came in going, what? It's it just, that was my whole purpose of that video, was to just show, it's if we can get clicks. That video, by the way, got 138 clicks in the first day. Just based on, it didn't say anything about the Jets, and that was earlier. That now a lot of the videos are doing better, but that was already a couple of weeks ago. It hit 138 right away instantly because people that were just clicking on it right away. So there you go. Clickbait, it works, so they're going to keep doing it. As long as it works, they're going to keep doing it. And it's always going to work because I don't know why. I didn't click on it. I just, that's why I said it. That's why I don't know anything. And I'm saying, is it legit? Does anyone have a video? Does anyone know it for a fact? Because I wouldn't even click on it. I saw the headline of it, but I would not click on it because I said it's just more baloney, right? I also saw on Twitter, people were pissed off because they said they were talking about Rich Cimini made a comment about Zach Wilson being third worst in the league and hitting open receivers at 50%. And I saw there were comments and people going crazy. I'm like, why are you clicking on this guy's shit? We all know that he failed to mention time and pressure. We all know that when you have 1.7 seconds, it doesn't matter if the receivers are open or not. We know this, right? So this is what we're saying. If we want to hurt Rich Cimini, stop clicking on his garbage because the man is just trash. And it's either he did it on purpose, he left out the fact that Zach had no time, right? Or he's really stupid and incompetent and doesn't deserve to be a guy covering a team because he doesn't understand football. Because if you watch those games, and if you were paying attention this season, you can't blame Zach for not hitting open receivers when his offensive line wasn't blocking for him. And if you watch when the offensive line played better in the last 6 games, everything changed for him, and he was a much better quarterback. I shopped a lot more rookie cards. Am I crazy? No, you're not crazy. Keep them in mint condition because a big part of it is the condition of the card. The rules changed when I was a kid. It used to be just having the card, and it was good to have it in good condition. But now they've really turned it into a business of the condition of the card. But I don't think you're crazy. The only thing that is don't expect it to ever be again what it was because everybody now knows to collect them. So don't expect it to be what it was. You know what I mean? It's like we missed that boat. If we can go back in time to the 1950s, 1940s, and when those baseball cards tops came out and bought all those cards, we'd all make a lot of money, but we missed the boat. Yes, I'm getting it straightened out. I'm just tired, man. So I knew that Braden was coming because I saw him on the on Green Beans thing. I'm forgetting the name because I'm so freaking tired on the Patreon. So on the Discord chat. So I saw Bismo Charismo and I just read it as Braden right off the bat. What would you say if you ever met Zach Wilson? I would say keep working, man. Keep working. And don't listen to the media. Don't listen to those assholes. And don't listen to the fans that are being impatient. I'll say keep doing what you're doing. Keep just working on getting better game by game. And shut out the outside because nothing we say matters or means anything anyway. He's going to be what he's going to be. So that's what I would tell him. And I'd also say I'm excited and I believe in you. I think you're going to be great. Don't make me look like it. Don't make me look stupid. That's what I'd say. Because there's a lot of footage of me out there on YouTube claiming a lot of big things about the kid. So I might mention to him that and say, please don't make me look stupid. Make me one of the guys that get to say, I told you so in a few years from now. What was the most normal question I ever asked, laughing out loud? I think you just did. I think that was a pretty good question. Was that my most? Oh, you're asking. Yes, that was the most normal question you ever asked, without question. I love that you guys should get together, man. It's not that far, right? New Zealand, Australia. It's not that long of a flight. Is it like flying from America, like from me in North America, flying to South America, like Brazil? Is it like that? Or is it more like New York flying to California? Like, how long does it take to fly from Auckland in New Zealand to Sydney, Australia? All right. Work on that for me. Tell me how long of a flight it is. Of course, there are kangaroos, dude. It's down under. We got our kangaroos, eh? Frankie said it best. Dick Chimney. Frankie said that? That's awesome. I like it. I'm going to talk about something else Frankie said later. Because there's something I wanted to talk about, but you guys started asking questions in the chat. But there is a topic I wanted to talk about. Ephraim, welcome back, man. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for being part of the channel. Nothing leaks out of Douglas. That I agree. Cimini has to make stuff like that. That's right. They get nothing from the Jets. Yeah. They have to make stuff up, but yeah. Basically, he has to make a living, so he has to put up crap, right? I prefer he just writes about the draft and the players and like who might be a good fit and who he thinks that Joe Douglas is going to take or who he thinks he should take, or ask the fans and do a poll on his Twitter account and then write about the results and do interesting things like that instead of having to be a slimy worm. Because if you're actually creative and you come up with good ideas and you do a good job writing about it, you don't have to be a worm that makes things up. You don't have to be a guy. You don't have to be somebody that would just like create a headline for a YouTube video that says Aaron Rodgers 90% chance to be is 90% going to be a Jet. You don't have to reduce yourself to such low standards. If you were just like be talent, if you had any talent. Broncos, baby. What about the Broncos? Oh, Broncos or Cowboys? Okay. Yeah, very few people like the Cowboys unless you're a Cowboy fan. Everybody else hates them. Okay. You guys are having a long conversation. I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to try. Oh, okay. Here we got an answer. 3.5 hour flight. Okay, that's not bad. That's like flying. What's that like? Well, Chicago to San Francisco. If you're going from San Francisco to Chicago, is about 3.5 hours. The other way, it's a little longer because of tailwinds. So, yeah, you guys can hang out one day. Go how often do you guys get to go out to a bar and drink beer with another Jets fan? It's worth a 3.5 hour flight, I think. Wally was the greatest. Okay. Okay. Rumors sell. Yeah, rumors do sell. Look at all these rumors. They're going every day. There's a song, Rumors, from the 1980s. I fell in love with Tyler Allgeier's game. Would love him on the Jets. And what's cool is that obviously Zach and him have a rapport. I was high on him a lot earlier in the mock drafts. I take him a lot, and I was much higher on him. And then I didn't cool on him for any other reason other than nobody else was talking about him. I know a lot of people worry about. I hate, it's the whole he played for BYU. Their schedule's easy. Blah blah blah. I'd love to see how he did against Coastal Carolina. But I think with running backs, you have to look at the tape, how they hit the holes. You never really know with any position anymore, right? So, I like that he has the rapport with Zach. He's a decent receiving running back, which is good. I think he'd be good. It's just a whether of is he the guy that complements Michael Carter well, right? Or do we want is he enough of a bruiser? Because I think when you look at the style of play from Michael Carter, I think we want like a bruising running back. I think that's why Green Bean likes Isaiah Spiller, because I think he sees him as a guy that's going to be more of a bruiser. So, but I don't know. I have nothing against Tyler, and if they took him, I'll trust their judgment. Treylon Burks or Garrett Wilson. I think style-wise, I want Treylon Burks, like as far as to complement what the Jets already have. Like if Elijah Moore is going to, the future, on the other side, then Treylon Burks is a better complement. But I'm worried about Burks being another Mims. Like I don't know Treylon Burks. Like there's a lot of talk about him contested catches, this and that. Whereas Garrett Wilson, there's a lot more talk about, getting off the line of scrimmage fast and, crisp route running and speedy and gets open quickly. And that all fits better into the West Coast offense. So I think Garrett Wilson might be a better system guy, but I think that Treylon Burks, when you think of it like just from a traditional standpoint, right? You have Elijah Moore, who's tiny, right, but explosive, runs amazing routes like all over the field. And then you got your big targets, your corner of the end zone guy, right? Jumps up, catches anything, very athletic, very strong. The only problem is that we're describing Mims when we describe this guy, and he didn't work out. So that I need to understand what the difference is and what's going to be different. Yo, what's up, Dark Soldier? Good to see you. Just doing a Saturday night hang. Can't believe how many people joined. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm in San Diego, just chilling out. That's why I am not in the studio. I am here for my niece's wedding. She's getting married on Tuesday. So we are all here in a rented house, a bunch of it. My brother from North Carolina and his kids. They're in the next room, probably pissed off at me, trying to sleep. But I'm doing them a favor by keeping them up because you got to beat the jet lag. You got to stay up till 10, right? You got to stay up till 10. I'm just telling them that. You got to stay up till 10 at night. And if you stay up till 10 at night, then you sleep till they'll be exhausted. They'll sleep till 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. They'll wake up and they'll be adjusted to California time. I'm doing them a favor. I am. Brandon, I got borrowed. Make an exception. Okay. I fell off on Kayvon. He scares me. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of things that go around about these players. I really think we should wait for the combines and maybe we'll know more. Like I'm looking forward to the combines. I think the combines mean a lot. The interviews will mean a lot. I think with Kayvon that it's going to mean a lot. And then we just got to trust, right? Like if he's available, we don't take him. We just have to trust that we're making the right decision based on what we saw. If we take him, then we know what the Jets look for. They're looking for character. They're looking for gamers. They're looking for leaders. If they take him, it means they believe it. It means he did something to convince them that's who he is. I think Wilson would love Garrett Wilson. He's always open. Yeah, I mean, look, I've taken Garrett Wilson in some of my mocks. You don't have to convince me. Thoughts on Nakobe Dean? I love Nakobe Dean. I love him. I think I have him right there with Lloyd. I don't even know. I haven't watched as much Lloyd, but I know that, originally everybody was on him as the number one linebacker. I love Nakobe Dean, dude. Every time I've watched him play, he's all over the field. He's super fast. He's sideline to sideline. I think that would be a really big help to CJ. I think that one of the problems we had that was CJ was like literally alone. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Quincy Williams did some good things, but consistently play to play, CJ was just having to do too much, man. And I think he'd fade out in the second half of the game because there's only so long you could run the whole, like do everything and carry a team on your back. I mean, the guy was like ridiculous. Nakobe Dean is a speedster, man. He hits hard. He's good. He definitely can cover. He can cover well because he's so fast. He can stuff the run. You can send him in on blitzes. He will do yards, but he'll do tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He doesn't miss tackles. He's a really good tackler. I like everything about him. Everything about him. He gets his name called all the time when you watch him play. Like, every game, it doesn't matter who the competition is. So that's how I feel about Nakobe Dean. And if we trade back and take him, fine. Do I want to take him at 10? No. Do we get it? If we get some extra picks and trade back and grab him at 20, 21 in that area, I won't complain. I did that on my first 5 mocks, probably. So Jay, what are you cooking? What are you cooking, man? What is J. Cole cooking? Oh, he's having chicken parm. I like it. Yeah, baby. After the stream, make sure you get some good Italian bread, man. I would never eat chicken parm and not turn it into a chicken parm hero. I mean, why not? Olave's 35. Olave at 35 if he falls. Bigger wide receivers. Yeah, if he falls, I would love that, man. I wouldn't want to take Olave early with one of our early picks, but if he fell, but if McBride's there, you got to grab McBride. And then hope that he's that Olave's there at 38. And maybe you disagree with that. I don't know, Gitmo, but I just think we have to get Trey McBride. We have to lock that guy up. Gitmo, you have to have a more positive attitude. No, he doesn't. He has a realistic attitude. It's not about positive or negative with Gitmo. You got to know who Gitmo is. Gitmo is a realist. Everybody has their way of seeing the world. Gitmo sees the world as he sees it, and he calls it as he sees it. You see, Gitmo, we're getting to know each other, right? We're getting to know each other. I think JD, free agent, will be 80-20 offense and 80-20 defense in the drafts. Free agency will be 80-20 offense and 80-20 defense in the draft. What's logical about that is that it's a much stronger draft for defense, right? So that's a logical thing. Plus, there's lots of wide receivers, tight ends, and people like that he can pick up. Tons of running backs. There's always running backs. You can always find a decent backup second running back, right? I mean, they're not expensive anymore, so that makes sense. I won't argue that. I don't know if that's how it's going to come into fruition, because we could end up taking Thibodeau and Hamilton in this draft. That can happen. I mean, I'm not saying it will. I'm saying it could. Like we go total defense. Like that might happen, or we might literally go offensive line. Like we literally might grab Icky with one of those 2 picks, and then end up getting Zion Johnson, like in the second round, like or even Lindenbaum. Like it's hard to know for sure because no one really does know. Everything we do is speculation because nothing is slipping. JD is not letting anything slip. Yeah, to me, it's an easy pick. I mean, because we always talk ourselves out of getting our pass rusher, our edge, right? Wasn't Green Bean saying that the other day? We always find ways to talk ourselves out of it. We got to stop that nonsense. If he's there, we have to take him. We've been waiting too long. If he fails and he's a flop, then he's a flop. I mean, he'd have to really be he'd have to screw up the combines and have an awful interview. You know? 26 days till free agency. Then it is? How come? It's February 22nd. It's like March 9th. That's not 26 days. Right? What's today's date? It's the 19th. So there's like 9 days left. Isn't it like 18 days? What's wrong with my math? I thought free agency was like March 9th or something. Is it like the 16th? Am I wrong? Trey McJarden had 1 touchdown last year. Yeah, don't look at that, dude. Don't worry about that. Just look at the player. Look at the plays he made. Look at the catches he made. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to go explain it further, which is funny because I'm not prepared to make that debate. I'm just watch the player, watch the tape on Trey McBride, and watch him block. You know, watch him block because we're talking about a guy who. If he was not a good receiving tight end, he would make the NFL based on his blocking ability as a blocking tight end. If he wasn't a good blocker, he would make the NFL based on being a receiver. Like he does both things that well. So I'm telling you, you have to grab McBride if you can. I don't even think he's going to be there. Honestly, he's going in the first round. That's what I think. We can get KT and Sauce. That would be amazing, right? If we got Thibodeau and Sauce. I did that, I think, in a draft. It's actually it's a great combo, right? Because suddenly you have we have our guy coming back. and I'm forgetting how I'm just drawing a blank because I'm so tired because I've gotten so little sleep. But we have our boy coming back from his Achilles. And then you put on the other side Thibodeau, and then all of a sudden you move Bryce Hall to CB2, and then you stick Sauce on the other side. That changes everything, man, because now you're getting tons of pressure on the quarterback, and you have corners that are, because I think Bryce Hall makes an excellent CB2, right? Arguably, he's going to get better and be a good CB1, but nobody can debate that he's going to be an excellent CB2. And Sauce Gardner, man, he's special. So, and then all of a sudden now you got pressure on the quarterback. You got 2 real edge guys. If everything worked out the right way, man, that would completely transform our defense. Galladay is a chicken cutlet. Well, I don't know about that, but if we get KT and Sauce, I'll get naked. Freak. I always tell people being pessimist means you are rarely disappointed and extremely happy when I'm wrong. That's kind of a good point too. I don't even think you're being pessimistic though, because I think we have to remember it's like some of the things you say are just truth, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. So if you got Gitmo at your wedding, man, I bet he could do shots. I don't know, Gitmo. Do you drink? If Houston gets a pass rusher when they trade Watson, it may fall to us. Look, there's a lot of ways it can happen. Houston might take a quarterback. Detroit might take a quarterback. There's a lot of possibilities. Jacksonville, I think, is taking Neal. So I don't know. Anything could happen. So we'll find out. You know, it'll all unfold and we'll know. We don't have to speculate. So it is the 16th. Okay, so it is a lot more days. Man, that's going to be, man, I want that. It can't come fast enough, you know? It just can't come fast enough. 16th for free agency. Nathan too comes in, chimes in and helps me out. Thank you, my friend. Nathan, I kind of don't recognize your name that much from this chat. You've probably been here before, I assume. But welcome, because I don't know if I've ever called your name out. So until tonight. So welcome and thanks for being here. And hopefully you've subscribed. And if you haven't, you'll give me a sub. 25 days from tomorrow. Okay. So we got some time. We're going to have to like keep ourselves entertained other ways. Lawson, Carl Lawson. That's his name. Will be great next year if we get to. Thanks, Iowa Jets fan. That was a nice way to get me to remember the name Carl Lawson without trying to embarrass me. That was very gentle. That was like a gentle little push you gave me. How about KT, Sauce, Winfrey, Muma with our top 4 picks? That's a lot of defense and very little for our offensive line. So I don't know. If you threw Zion Johnson in there, just remove one of these guys and put in Zion. I'm sorry. Zion Johnson. Then I'm fine. To me, we got to get at least one guy in that top 4 that's going to help our offensive line get better. And I could live with it. I could be fine with Zion Johnson, man. Give us just a beast right guard, a guy who can step in there. I'm good. Lawson. But absolutely not to first a pass rush will make the secondary better. Okay. Like, was Lawson giving me the name Gitmo in your comment? That's hysterical. What does a pessimist and an optimist have in common? They both think life cannot get any better. That's clever, Dark Soldier. I mean KT, Sauce, Muma, McBride would be a pretty good draft. Yeah, I mean, look, I would be disappointed. I mean, hopefully that would be that in free agency we got we added to our offensive line through free agency. But it's hard to argue that. Like, I think that KT, Sauce, Muma, and McBride could be 4 definite plug-in starters, and I think all 4 of them could be very good players, and maybe 1 or 2 of them could be like Pro Bowl type players. They all each individually could be, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend there's any chance that 4 are going to be Pro Bowl players. But they all have the potential to be, and it's very believable that 2 out of the 4 could end up being all pro, whatever you want to call it, but like, star players. So it's hard to, I mean, look, there's no way not to be excited if they got those 4 players, right? I mean, there's just no way. Like, how would you not be excited? I mean, they're all exciting players. They're all, when you watch their tape, they're all super exciting and they all have great potential. So it's hard for anybody to argue we wouldn't be a better team. And it's hard to argue that couldn't completely transform our defense. Can you tell Kristen to make me back? She's a potential wife. Can you tell Kristen to take me back? She's a potential wife. Who's Kristen? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Kristen. I think it was called when I would have to drink. That's really funny. Subscribe to you guys along with the other guys like Ryan O'Leary and Green. Oh, cool. Did you just like recently find us all? That's kind of how it happened with me. I found Matt O'Leary and Green Bean and Ryan kind of at the same time. It was kind of an interesting way that it happened. So I found one and then was looking for the one and found the panel. And then that's how I found all 3 of them. But cool. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for giving me a shot and like giving me your time. And I hope you are entertained. KT, Green, Winfrey, McBride's some balance for you. Yeah, that looks nice, man. I mean, you can't argue with any of these. These are all like potentially really great players. Thibodeau, right away when you see Thibodeau, it's hard not to be excited because if he pans out, And then you have him and Lawson comes back like we thought he was going to be. It's gonna totally like, and then you have JFM move to the inside with, it's just exciting. The potential, like in Winfrey, and then you got Williams, and then if Williams doesn't stay, it doesn't pan out, or he wants too much money, then you got Winfrey ready. But if Williams does stay and Winfrey pans out, and you got JFM who can be versatile, and the rotation would be great, and we finally be getting that defensive line that makes this defense work. So, I mean, it's exciting, man. That would be exciting. And McBride's going to be exciting. I cannot, like, if we get McBride, I cannot wait to watch him and Zach Wilson be on the field together. That's like, it's going to be great. Why not? Gilsos didn't allow a touchdown since higher college career is a legit pass corner. I think that Gitmo doesn't think we need a corner. Okay, I'm out. I jet logged myself to you. Just flew home from TV. Take care, all. Okay, Doc Soldier, thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you hopefully Wednesday. Bills had the number 1 defense and didn't make divisional drafting. So, well, I mean, that's why you got to have some balance, right? No one's arguing. I mean, but remember, we have free agency also. So just because you go heavy on one doesn't mean you're not going to make up on the other, right? Also, I don't think we're trying to become everyone's trying to be a Super Bowl team, but I don't think it's realistic for us to think that we're completing the puzzle this offseason. I think we're going to take a major step in a major direction, but I think that we know that there's going to be this is going to be a longer process, and there's going to be a 2023 thing happening with a draft and some picks, and there's more is going to happen. So we'll just have to see how it all works out. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think Gitmo believes or wants them to take a cornerback. I think he wants to focus on the trenches. But when you guys ask me about, like, when you start naming 4 college players that, and I love them all, I'm not going to sit there and say I would be upset, I mean, because you guys are throwing, like, all your combinations are throwing guys at me that can play in the NFL, I believe, and do it very well. And it's hard to argue with a draft that right away is going to start out by getting us 4 real players. And, we have so many needs on this team. So, like, of course it's exciting if you could fill 4 needs with quality players, guys that have potential great futures. I like that the draft will be a collaborative effort. The entire coaching staff says, yeah, well, they have a great relationship, Saleh and JD. They also have, like, when I watch that drive, I like their whole team. I like the way they meet. I like the way they talk about players. I mean, I think that's one of the big improvements when people say, like, what have the Jets done? Maybe it hasn't shown as much as we want on the field yet, but we're not an embarrassment anymore. We don't have, like, stupid organizational structure. We have a clear leader in JD running the operation. We have a coach that is in his spot as coach, and they work and respect each other really well, and their philosophies are definitely aligned. And they want to fix the trenches, and I agree. I mean, I can't argue that. But at the same time, if they end up, they might fix one of those things in free agency and draft something else. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work out. I just know that he has to hit on the players. He has to get good players. Like, we can't miss. We have to hit. That's the key. Nick said it really well. Big Nick, who guests on my show a lot. They have to hit. That's more important than anything, right? We could take the positions we want. And if they don't hit, then it's not a good, right? Obviously, it's a disaster for us. So I'd rather hit on Sauce Gardner, than miss on Zion Johnson, for example. And, and then I won't be like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the better scenario, is to at least hit on your players. That's the most important thing. And then we could think about, if they all hit, what positions are the most important. But I think that we have to continue to target the line on both sides, because that you have to win there. If you win on both sides of the line, the only thing that'll kill you at that point is turnovers. That's what teams that win and control the trenches on both sides of the ball are typically only going to lose if they make really bad mistakes, like turnovers or penalties, special teams. But it's going to take one of those kind of things. You're going to have to beat yourself. That's how I'll say it. You really have to beat yourself to win in the trenches on both sides of the ball, like clearly win and then lose the game. Usually that means you beat yourself. You made some kind of mistake or a bunch of mistakes. I definitely trust the process, Ephraim. I'm gonna go. I love that when people say that because I do. For the first time in a long time, I trust the process. I do. That's why I'm not too worried. Like I'm not too worried about how it's going to pan out. I'm in a mode where I'm going to watch the draft, watch it unfold, watch free agency, try to enjoy it, enjoy the players we get, and trust that these guys know what they're doing until they prove that they don't. Hopefully that'll never happen, and they'll just prove that they knew what they were doing and they were right all along. Yeah, well, I mean, look, Snoopy, your trust has to be won. That's fine. That's fine. We're all different. We're all different. I trust the process because I already like what I see. I already like the changes that I see because I already feel like we look more like Baltimore and Pittsburgh right now, and organizations like that for the first time in a long time. We look more like those kind of organizations than we do look like Jacksonville or Cleveland. That's just my opinion. Hopefully there's no bargain hunting for offensive improvements here. Yeah, look, I don't know if it's bargain hunt. I mean, some of it's bargain hunting, but at the same time, I don't want to, sell the farm, right? I mean, like, would you be happy if we gave Devontae Adams $30 million to play wide receiver for us? I mean, we'd be happy that he's on the team. I'm not going to lie. It would be exciting, but do you think that's good management? Like, do you think that's forward thinking? Do you think that that's what the answer is going to be for our team, right? Because that's going to cost you the ability to sign other guys. So do you think that's really going to fix the problem? That's the big question there. So we don't want to just bargain hunt. We want to get some real names, but we have to go about it intelligently. Like, and to me, I'd rather get like a really solid, like if we're receiver, like in free agency at like a $12 to $14 million thing, right? And have them be a really good receiver to complement our receivers, which allows us enough money to get a $10 million safety. Might cost like 11, the better names that are out there. But like, I just want to be smart about getting those good players. That's why as much as I like the running backs in the draft, and I'm fine if we take one in the later rounds, I'm also fine getting them in free agency because I think we got our one running back. Like, I think we hit gold with Michael Carter. I just think we just need a versatile running back. Like, I think we just need to find a running back that does everything decently, like one that can block well, not drop passes, be reliable hands, and just be a hard bruising kind of running back that can pound the line, help wear them down. So then when we get Michael Carter in there, he could use his quickness, he could use his speed and make big plays. It'd be nice to have that. Okay. Good night, Iowa and Jets fan. Good night. I realize how late it is for a lot of you guys, so I know that you're going to kind of taper off and go to bed. That makes sense. I totally get it. Just stay healthy, please. I want to see. Yeah. A lot of people, that was what I wanted to talk about. Thanks for bringing that up, Roger. I get, I forgot his name. Somebody on this channel, one of, who watches all of us, Green Bean, me, and, everybody. He always makes comments about the first thing we have to do is stay healthy. And we have to solve that problem. And I agree that we have to stay healthy, but I just don't know how. Like, there's only one person, and I told you I was going to say something else that Frankie said that has to do with this. Frankie from Flatbush is the only person who gave any kind of how when we talk about like torn Achilles and the injuries, right? He's the only one. And he's done a lot of videos on it, and that has to do with the artificial turf, like the turf that we use. And he went over the numbers, and he showed that there was some correlation between what you're playing on and the amount of injuries. Now, I do want to say is, and I don't know if he went into this much detail, what I think it would show it even more is if you actually looked at the serious injuries. So if we narrowed it down and we said, let's look at no contact leg, like knee or ankle injuries, no contact, and compare it on different turf. I think I am guessing that it would be even more telling rather than just look at injuries overall and where they play. Because I think Frankie looked at all the injuries of every team and what turf they play on. Like, do they play on natural grass? Do they play on turf? But what if we looked at just non-contact ankle, knee injuries like Achilles, or even with contact, but look at single out just those injuries. It would be interesting to just see what the numbers would look like then in that situation. So you hear the banging behind me. People are stirring. Are you going to choke me to death? Mike, are you guys trying to sleep?
Us?
Yeah.
Jacob already slept.
Oh, he's sleeping? Okay.
And I'm
Okay. Okay.
How are you?
That's my nephew. I'm live right now. They're hearing you. The world is getting to hear you.
Hi, world.
That's my new niece. She just married my nephew. And my nephew, I remember, could sleep through anything. Even me talking to people. Just stay healthy, but yeah. So anyway, that's how that's the only way I know. Like, I don't like that, people are blaming the new doctor, the medical team. Oh, I thought it was going to make things, but I don't know how you can blame anyone for these torn Achilles and the ACLs. To me, it's like the only thing that you could look at is the turf that they're playing on. And even that is not going to guarantee it, obviously, because people get hurt on grass. Yeah, it's funny, Gitmo. I think that's, and Roger, I want to say that one of the ways to beat it is to just have depth, is to be so deep that you can next man up. That's the only way to do it. Like, as long as if we don't have depth, like we're never going to shake that curse. It doesn't feel like it, because it's just year after year. Every time we have something good, it gets taken from us. So, will you buy me a Sauce Gardner jersey? Sure. Would that count as your wedding present? Dude, by the way, I only buy jerseys from the parts unknown. So you don't get the authentics, but you get ones that you can't tell the difference. So I have a connection. Like, I know where to go to get you a jersey, but I'm not spending $200 or whatever for one. Will you buy me a sauce? Oh my God. Sauce Gardner would be the perfect jet for J. Cole, right? Because he loves soup and he's soup. Oh my God. It's just too perfect. Many teams play on artificial turf from college. In college, all the OL wear braces. Okay. Maybe that's something. They got to figure something out, man. But I don't know that we're any different than any other team. I don't know that we're doing something wrong. Our new medical art needs to work. Hopefully just a matter of time. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing that's going to take time and like a longer sample for us to know. I agree, my friend Braden. My only gift I need is a slow dance with you at my wedding to Frank Sinatra. Dude, are you drinking? Are you smoking? What's going on with you, J. Cole? What is going on with you? You're scaring me. I want to have you back on the show to do a draft or whatever, but you're scaring me. Scary stuff, man. The idea is to get people to watch, not to scare them away. So we don't want to scare people away. So when I have you on, if I have you on, you can't scare people away, okay? Things like that scare people away, believe it or not. By the way, I just want to call out Gitmo Bob again. Some people don't know this, but he served our country and defended our nation. And that can never be brought up enough. Thank you, Bob, for your service. I don't know if you heard me say it the first time a few weeks ago, but I wanted to make sure you know how much and I'm sure everybody in the chat appreciates your service. So Let's see. This is a new person, right? Jet Up Buttercup. You can blame the turf, but there are many factors to consider. It's really a case by case thing. Yeah, I agree. Oh, you're afraid to be on camera? So you're crawling on the floor? Aw. You don't have to do that. This is just an unorganized, unplanned. There you go. We are in the 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom rental we have is broken into 2 structures, and we're on the upstairs, and we have 2 in our portion, and we have my nephew and I and his wife. So like they got their room, I got my room, and then downstairs is my brother and my sister-in-law and nephew and niece, my other nephew and niece. They have 3 rooms down there, but we both have a living room. Check this out. It's pretty cool. Can you see it? A really cool living room with a nice big TV. And we both have our own kitchen. So it's kind of cool. And we have our own washer and dryer, our own everything. So it's really cool. We have a lot of space. And we are literally less than a half a mile from like the main part of like the boardwalk and Mission Beach in San Diego. There's a roller coaster, so I have to go on it and like film it for Green Bean. So it's pretty cool. Set me up with your sister. I can't set you up with a sister-in-law, you idiot. She just married my nephew. I could ask. She doesn't have any sisters. Sorry, bro. You're just gonna have to. Why don't you go to Stony Brook? Like, why don't you walk onto the campus? Go there. Like, try that. What are we gonna do with you? Isn't there? Don't they have Tinder like out in Long Island? You don't have Tinder? Just go onto Tinder, dude. You'll have a date in no time. Tinder. I'm jealous, man. That wasn't around before I was married. Tinder. How easy is that? You swipe the ones you like, and then they swipe, and then if any of the ones that you like swiped like you, then they fix you up, and right away you know you both were interested. So right there, you know you're gonna get together for coffee or something, or a walk in the park and get to know each other. That's how it works, J. Cole. But you got to try to become their friend first, and you can't pull the soup garbage on them. Like you can't meet them the first time. You can't like go up to them in at Starbucks for a coffee, and the first thing you say is, "What kind of soup do you like?" Like that is not going to work, my friend. Okay, so no talking about soup. Like talk about this great guy on YouTube that you really look up to and like. And this guy, NFL Chaos. Tell her that even if she's not into football, she should sub to my channel anyway, just to help the guy out. That's good conversation. Makes you look like a good guy. You care about people. You know what I mean? If she drops something, pick it up. Don't make fun of her and say, don't, because I know you could, J. Cole. Girl drops something. Oh, close. No. You pick it up and you say, here you go. Let me help. Let me help you with that. But don't bring up soup. You're gonna make a Tinder? Good, make a Tinder, dude. Do it. Make a Tinder. You're welcome, Jeremy. I felt it was my civic duty. I was military history buff and wanted to live history. I read about that. Well, it's brave, Bob. It's brave. Not all of us could do it. It's not in all of us to sign up and to serve and to do all that. So cheers to you, man. Because if we didn't have people like you to do that, we wouldn't be here right now, right? We would be speaking a different language or something, or we'd be dead. So thank you for allowing us to live the way we live. Watch out for the Tinder swindler, J. Cole. I don't know what that means, but whatever. So Nick Russo in the house. I love Nick Russo, man. I thought, man, the first time you came on into the feed, I think it was during the Senior Bowl, I thought you were going to have like the biggest French accent. I'm not kidding. I thought you were going to say, Je vais parler just fan in français. Like, I thought there was going to be this whole thing. You had the hat on, and I was like, this guy's French. Oh, wow. We're going to get our first Jet fan in France. And then you were just a regular dude. You were just styling and decking it out with a cool looking hat. But, and I appreciated your words, dude. I didn't forget them. So thanks for what you said that day. Nick said that I was an important part of the Jets content YouTube community. I shouldn't put myself down. I don't forget a thing, dude. I have like a memory of everything. The only thing I ever forget is which one's from New Zealand and which one's from Australia. I mean, it's not my fault. They talk alike. Jets Buttercup just got here, so I know you've talked about it. But how do you feel about Robbie Anderson's rumors? Oh, we were talking about that. We think it's just another example of the beat being the beat. Like I say we. I think me and Gitmo both are saying. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it unless you show me. Unless there's evidence. I don't believe that a guy at this part of the year. I'm guessing his contract is a team option contract, right? Year 3. I'm guessing. Because I don't think he's a free agent. I think he's a team option. And if it's true, let's say he really did say or express that he wanted to be on the Jets. Why would you want a guy like that? Can you imagine if we had a player that we have under contract? It's a team option. We're deciding for him to keep him, and he goes out and says he wants to play for another team. Like, to me, that's not the kind of person that Robert Saleh wants. Like, I just don't think it's the right thing to do. Like, if he did it. So I just think that I think it's just rumors, and I don't think we could put anything into it. So I think it's just rumors. I don't think it's real. If you ask me, and I talked about it, how I feel about him as a player, I would say I don't think he's worth a lot of money because he had a bad year. He wasn't impressive. I think that if Carolina holds on to him, if it is a team option, I think then that's their decision. I think if they let him, they might try to renegotiate him, or if they cut him and release him, I think he might have to do a prove it 1 year deal. I think one bad year really does do that because he doesn't have, like, he only has one good year. So it's not like he has a long history on his resume. So I think he's got, I think it's going to be an interesting situation with Robbie Anderson. But if the Jets ended up getting him, like if he didn't do it, but they end up cutting him and we get him, let's say, and they decide that his character is there, he's a good guy, I'd be a little excited. I mean, I think that, but also there's Gitmo brought it up, and maybe correctly, that he's not a good fit for our system. That, like, if Mims wasn't, how is he going to be? So, that's, again, I'm just going to trust whatever JD does. It's going to kind of answer our questions. So, when I'm back on the show. Okay, you'll be very well behaved. Okay, that's good to know, dude. And behaved, I mean, I still want you to be wild and fun, dude. I'm not telling you to not be yourself. I'm just saying, we'll talk about it. Just be careful. Like, we don't want to offend anybody. Like, we don't want to make fun of anybody in the chat. That's one rule. And you didn't last time. You were fine. You actually did very well last time. It's just that some of the things you write in the chat would be scary if you did it live. That's all I'm saying. But you did very well. Italian-American born Brooklyn, chilling in Vegas. Nice. I love it. In Vegas, baby. Do you play poker or anything? I mean, do you just work there, or like, and I only ask that because, not that I think Vegas is only about gambling, but it's because it's like a dream of mine. Like, one of the things I would love to do other than this is I love poker, man. I love poker. Man, if I wish I was like new, or like if I had like just a free year where I didn't have to worry about anything. It's like everything just go to pause, and I get to, here's a bankroll, and I get to just test it out and see if I can make it as a pro poker player, just to try it and see what it was like. I would love it. So anytime you say you're living in Vegas, I can't help but think, are you going to the tables? Do you play poker? Because that's fun. Nick Russo, do you have any girls in France for me? And he's going, no. Okay, he's not really from France, dude. That was a thing. I was having fun. Wouldn't it be great if Mimsy came right? Wouldn't it be great if Mimsy came right? It would be great, because right now it's a very disappointing loss, like, in that it didn't work out, because I thought that was one of the positions we were solid in. Also, the whole thing with Becton, I think it's blown out of proportion. I think he's going to be fine, but if he's not, and he's not starting, like if he was to not even start next year, I am not going to be happy. That's not good. You're going to take a shower. Okay, that's good. And then you're going to go to bed. All right. Good night, J. Cole. We'll talk about the next time you could be here when I get back to Sacramento. Retired out here. I enjoy Hold'em, but I don't go crazy. You're young to be retired, aren't you? Am I making a mistake? Do I have the wrong person? Because I remember a young guy. Were you on? Are you the guy I'm thinking about? Or did I get it wrong? Because you seemed young to me. If you're I must have messed up because I'm talking about somebody who seemed like he was like 24, 25 years old. So maybe I got the wrong Nick. But you know what? Nick's a great first name, man. I learned that there's a TV show with Alex Keaton. You know the show Family Ties. Mallory had a boyfriend named Nick. And no, was it from that show? No, it was a comedian who did it. Like what show? Oh no, it was John Cusack in a movie. And Say Anything. And he was telling the girl that like he was making fun of the name of a boyfriend. And he was talking about the name Nick in that movie. And he goes, "You want to date a guy named Nick?" And she goes, "Nick?" And he goes, "Yeah, Nick. Nick's the kind of guy you could rely on. If you get drunk, Nick's not going to leave you laying out in the street. Nick's going to take you home. Nick's your buddy. Nick's your pal. Right? Nick. Did you ever know a Nick that wouldn't get you home? Did you ever know a Nick that won't take care of you? Come on, Nick. Nick's your buddy. Nick's your pal." Ever since then, when I saw that movie, I love the name Nick. So you have retired out here. I enjoy. Okay, wait a second. So no idea. I'm in most of the Jets chats. Yeah, I just like. Did you come on live on the Senior Bowl and talk to us during the watch party on Jet Nation? Was that you? That I'm remember you with the hat, or is that's what I'm saying, or is that a different Nick? In the old Blossom TV show, there was a Nick Russo character. Oh, that's cool. I didn't really watch that show, but I like the name Nick Russo. Nick Russo. Originally from New York, moved to Vegas. No hat. Okay. So it was a different Nick, but you're still here supporting me, so I appreciate you just as much as the other Nick. I'm so mad that Jet Mess is not here because he would love my new giant canister of mini chocolate chip cookies. He would love this, that I'm eating these. Anyway, look, my nephew's trying to sleep. It's 9:15. I've been up since 2 a.m. So what is that? 9 to 12, 5, 19 hours. I've been up for 19 hours after only getting about 3-4 hours of sleep. And I drove 500 miles today. So I'm going to go to bed, get some sleep, and I'm probably going to be on. If you want to see me tomorrow, I'm going to be on, I think, because I don't think he's going to cancel it, as long as his internet is working. I'm going to be on the YouTube show Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports with our friend John Post and his friend Sean, who I don't know the last name of. And we're going to be talking about something. We have a good time. We talk football. During the year, we talk fantasy. In case you don't know, we're going to do a fantasy league. And I'm going to find, I think me and my friend Jacob, who was on the show last night on our Friday mock, he's going to administrate. He's going to admin it. And then I'm going to recruit 10 of you. I'll announce like how we're going to decide. Like if first we have to find out if we have 10 people interested. So I'll get all the interested people, and then we'll find a way to fairly pick 10 people. Because I don't know how it's going to go. We might only find 5 people, or we might have 20 people who want to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict these kind of things, but we would like to start a fantasy football league with some of our Jets fam. And I think it would be cool if he and I did it. It would be cool to do it with from this channel. And a lot of you know each other from Green Bean and Matt O'Leary also, and Ryan at 24/7 and Frankie from Flatbush. So it would be cool if we all did it together. So Look out for that. And again, I'll be on. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be streaming. We'll be talking about quarterbacks tomorrow, which teams need quarterbacks. It'll be fun. Great. So I'll check everyone. Hopefully you'll come. Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports. Join us. Join the conversation. It is 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Right? Yeah, 9 a.m. Western time, Pacific Western time, 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. Thank you for joining, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope we'll see you tomorrow. And I'll leave you with this.
I like Hutchinson the best, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. Thibodeau slipped, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I'm not going to pick this now. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. We could drop back one pick and pick up a second rounder for New Orleans. We got options here.